This is what happens when you vlog on an empty stomach. This is telling someone. First question is from Calamity Spice. Leave YouTube. Okay. I can't. I'm stuck. Next question, of course, is from Urbex1611. Cheese and beans on toast. Toast, cheese, then beans, or toast, beans, then cheese. Well, of course. Look, I'll take it from an expert. Toast, beans, cheese, beans, bacon, peanut butter, banana, more bacon, spam, egg, sausage, spam, bacon, banana, peanut butter, jam, peanut butter, toast, and deep fry. This is why Elvis was so fat. Next question, of course, is from Jonathan Stern, 5537. Have you been to Third Waves Burgers or Barbecue? If so, is it as good as it looks on Facebook? I haven't. Oh. They're not paying me any money, so I can't say anything. You deliberately did this while I was hungry, weren't you? I can smell it. How fat do you want me to get? Oh. Is that a whole beef rib? Okay. I hope you got a good kickback. Dread Sam asks, mad, just mad. This crazy shit come up on my homepage algorithm. Ding! Why? Well, I'm not the algorithm gods. They just smile on me occasionally, and sometimes they really don't. But while you're all here, I have no idea what you're gonna do, because I haven't given like the algorithm person god anything. They just grant me a whole bunch of views for no reason and then take them away again, like they did during the pandemic. It's okay. It's okay. I can get through it. I can post through this. Niche Brown asks, can you think of anything that one cannot get at Alice's restaurant? This is another one of those things where they want me to read the whole lyrics of the song in question. I'll just have a look. Oh. That's 130 lines, stanzas, whatever. 130 verses. 130. I'm not doing that. There's one thing you cannot buy at Alice's restaurant, okay? It's dignity. Holmes versus Drags asks, can you describe the peak era of automobiles? Ah, yes. The peak era of automobiles must be the Datsun 180B. It came in all sorts of colours like brown and green and orange and yellow. I had one once. And you could find it in a car park, except everybody else's was blue or green or brown or orange or yellow or whatever, but still, you could find yours eventually, not like these days where every car is black or white or grey or slightly red still pretty dark, and you can't find your own car, and you've got to take your thing out of your pocket with the thing and the app with this, which says where your car is or something. But you still can't find it, and that's why I have to park all the way up the back of the car park when nobody else wants to park, and that way I can open the door properly because I'm fat and I have problems getting into and out of my car when people park too close, and it's always one of those gigantic wall of car SUVs. At least I'm not next to a Cybertruck. Whew. Okay. Calm down, calm down, calm down. The Datsun 180 wasn't all that good anyway, but the doors only fell off a couple of times. Well, twice. You know, and it was only the one door, my driver's side door. And it was easy to put back on, so it's okay. It's okay. And it was a bit rusty anyway. So it's probably good that I wrapped it around a Falcon, but I did have to pay for the insurance. Next question is from Hervey Wasawas. Do you call Pennsylvania for Kamala or the orange one? That's not my job. Do I look like an elector to you? Do I look like some electoral college elector? No, I'm not. It's Kamala's probably going to win because the orange one, you know, he's getting a little, you know, and you know, and people, you know, kind of find it embarrassing to vote for him these days, except for the people who are embarrassing, and then they just lean into it a lot sometimes, you know what I mean. Those people. Not like this, like the other way. Boston Junk asks, if you were Mick Hucknall and you had shit in your shoe, what would your favourite era of Hulk Hogan be? Oh, right, yeah. I'm not Mick Hucknall, and he didn't do that in at least the right shoe. I'm not looking in the left shoe. I'm really not looking in my left shoe. Now, what was the question? What would your favourite era of Hulk Hogan be? Well, of course, look, let me tell you a little bit of a story about Hulk Hogan. So back in the 1980s, Jesse Ventura, Jesse the Body Ventura, and then later on Jesse the Governor of Minnesota Ventura, for really strange reasons. He was, you know, pro wrestlers, they tend to get a few medical conditions from, you know, throwing each other around and cutting their own heads off to make it look like it's bleeding and so forth. Anyway, he wanted to join, get some medical insurance, and it's far, far cheaper to get medical insurance if you're part of a union. So he wanted to start up a union thing in the thing, not so he could, you know, bargain for better wages and stuff, just so he could have insurance. Anyway, what happened was somebody had snitched to him, to Vince McMahon, and all of a sudden Jesse started not getting as good, you know, gigs and stuff. But he was a movie star, he was fine, but he was still a bit angry as to who snitched on him. It turns out, like, it comes out years and years and years later, after he sued Gorka for showing him naked and showing how small his private things were. You know, I'm not saying that on YouTube, but you know, his stuff was much smaller than what he slandered a fictitious character. Gorka supposedly slandered a fictitious character of Hulk Hogan, who is different from that Galea guy who anyway, Peter Thiel funded this lawsuit in which they found Gorka guilty for slandering the fictitious character of Hulk Hogan for having a tiny wang, and because that's what that Galea guy who pretends to be Hulk Hogan in real life says. I mean, you can tell how big it is anyway, because he's in tights all the time. I don't understand, apart from Peter Thiel giving massive amounts of money to fund the lawsuit and destroy Gorka because they said he was gay. Peter Thiel was gay. Anyway, my favourite portion of Hulk Hogan's career right now is right now, because he's walking around in lots of pain. And he's in lots of pain because he didn't get the right medical treatment when he was younger, and throwing people off the top rope and all of that sort of thing. And now he's walking around like this in a lot of pain, and he can't even tear off his shirt without being in lots and lots of pain. And maybe, just maybe, he deserves it, okay? Who am I to say that he doesn't deserve it? He stopped everybody from getting medical insurance in the wrestling industry, and then all of a sudden, 40 years later, he's having a lot of pain. Who would have well, he's probably on a lot of drugs. That might counteract the pain. Really fun drugs. Next question that explains some of the things, I think. Next question is Reese Haggerty 135. Do turnips deserve respect? Well, I'd say no. I'd say no. But you got to think about it this way. Before the Columbian Exchange, before the explorers came to the US, Americas, came to the Americas and took back corn and potatoes and pumpkins and all of those things. The Europeans had the turnip, and the turnip had to do a lot of the work that the corn and the potatoes and certain beans and the potatoes, I've said potatoes, and pumpkins and all of that, all of those jobs had to be done by the turnip. Now, the turnip was doing all of these things that all of these other plants were doing, all on its own. Now that deserves some respect, especially when it tastes like bad. Okay? So respect the turnip. Respect the turnip. Okay. I got sidetracked. Back to the questions. Matthew Yabsley asks, when does the revenge tour start? It's a bit overdue. What revenge? Who have I got to revenge? Look, Hulk Hogan, he's already suffering from the things he already done to himself. So I can't have revenge against Hulk Hogan. Even if I wanted to, he could still probably throw me off the top rope and break my back. And I don't have access to the fun drugs he's got access to. So I can't get revenge on anybody. Most of the time, people who I need revenge on have already taken revenge out on themselves because they're just bad people, and bad people do bad things, and bad things tend to boomerang. So I can't do that. So I don't see any revenge tour happening because they take themselves out. And revenge is sweet. Okay, next question. Aaron D. Was it tough to confront the Onceler about the deforestation of your home? You look as if you speak for the trees. I've done this bit. I did this bit 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, tops. Look, I can mansplain for the trees, but I can't come up with a second bit about this. I'm so close after the first bit about this stuff, and it's still fresh in people's memory, so I can't just recycle the whole bit from last 2 weeks ago. So, yes, no. So, I just let the Onceler, sit around in his splendorous wealth with all of the remains of the truffula trees, and yes, he's very wealthy, but he's got nothing to buy with it because he destroyed the entire environment. So the revenge is already done, just like with Hulk Hogan. Okay. So I can't do anything about that anyway. And I made a second bit about the Lorax. Hunter Este asks, "Are you Dr. Robotnik?" Yeah, no. Why would people think I was I'm not Dr. Robotnik. I'm not, look, I'm not the king from the original Cinderella. I'm not Jamie from Mythbusters, Mark Twain, Mr. Johnson from Sesame Street, Thunderous, Tornadoes, Dum Dum Duggett, Wilfred Brimley, or Marshall, or Mario. It's okay. Because that's it to tell someone for this week. And I've got to work through a lot of stuff now. Thank you very much for giving me a lot of stuff to work through. And it's going to blow back on you because that's what always happens. But that's okay. I can live with it. But can you live with it? That's the question I'm asking. It's the dovetail question. Well, how can you live with it? More than can you live with it? Because can you live with it would be a yes or no question, which doesn't. Yeah, how can you live with it would be a better one. Not just can you live with it, because you probably can live with it, but I'm not going to judge you because, you're going to end up judging yourself, which is the whole thread that's been going on through this video. That's gone on for so long now. So... and they're going to get longer as long as the algorithm gods keep on blessing me. I'm still hungry. I'm dangerously talented and I don't have a cool sign-off.